guys, thanks for tuning in to DriveBy. It's 93 degrees out right now. I'm in South Florida on the I-75 going to Bradenton, Florida. Today's October 13th, 2014, and it's 3:43 in the afternoon p.m. Today's Monday. You know, I wanted to bring up a subject here, and today's subject is virus living or dead. Well, there's been a lot of news going on in the media about Ebola, about some other flus and different kind of viruses in the air. And I don't like the way that they talk about some of these diseases, some of these viruses. They're using the incorrect nomenclature. They say that, wash with bleach and certain things will kill the virus. Well, no, you cannot kill a virus because the virus is not living and it's not dead. It's in between. It's has no mechanism to fix itself and has no mechanism to really reproduce. What happens is basically just genetic material that gets into the person and it gets into the cell and it reproduces in the factory of the cell, and by reproducing itself, the cells explode, it spreads, and that's how it kills. It kills the cells, and it kills you, and it has different effects on, what different virus you have. So when somebody says that they kill the virus, they don't. They deactivate it or they disable it. But the virus is not totally dead. What they might do is add a chemical or a bleach or alcohol or something that disables the protein code. So, it can't reproduce in the body or something like that. But let's get the terminology straight. Viruses cannot be killed because they're not living and they're not dead. You can disable them, you can incapacitate them. You can do that, yes you can. And that will prevent them from carrying out their mission of reproducing their genetic code in the cell. But just remember that viruses are not living. It's like a grain of salt. It's not living, it's not dead. But once you put it into the body, it's really technically living because it takes over the machinery of the cell and actually has the genetic material. Basically what it's like, if you had a plant that manufactured cars, okay? If you manufactured cars, okay, and somebody went to your plant and invaded your plant, took over everybody and took your blueprints, which you used to manufacture cars, and they put their blueprint in your computer system to manufacture something else, bicycles. But what they did is they made your machinery keep producing bicycles. And it kept making bicycles so much until the plant was full, and it still was manufacturing, and still was manufacturing. It manufactured so many damn bicycles that the walls of the plant collapsed, and the whole building collapsed. Then, the next plant, you did the same thing. So all these plants now that made cars are making bicycles, but they're not stopping. It's almost like cancer, it seems like. It keeps reproducing in the cell until the cell can't produce anymore and it just explodes and it dies. But picture millions of that, like in your body, or hundreds and thousands of cells doing this over a period of a day, 2 days, 3 days, however long the virus infects. So basically that's what it does. It takes over the blueprint of the cell and starts producing more of itself. And then that spreads into another cell and does it. Spreads into another cell and does it. But they don't do it one at a time. They probably do 100 cells at a time, or 3,000 cells at a time, or 1,000,000 cells at a time. And he just keeps doing it and 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 doing it, and damaging and damaging, and those cells die, and your body just, that's it. But that's how a virus works in the human body. There's even viruses that infect bacteria. I think they're called bacteriophages or something like that. Plagues, phages, or some kind of one, I can't remember. But there's viruses that infect bacteria too. So there's viruses that infect everything. And that's why, these are very dangerous, because most of the time the viruses are very hard to kill because they're so simple. So normal antibiotics or normal antivirals might work on one but not on another, because it's not living, it's not dead. It's not like a bacteria or some other things that it has an organism, with the cell walls and all this in it, where you can interfere with it. It's not the same. A virus is totally different. It's more prehistoric. So it's very hard to destroy or eradicate or even stop an infection. And that's what makes these outbreaks of these viral infections, like influenza, and some of those don't even have a cure. Common cold, there is no cure. You have to wait for it to, lucky it doesn't kill you, but you have to just let it run its course. So there's some things you can't treat. There is no cures because of how primitive the structure is. They're just strands of genetic material. That's all they are. They have nothing to reproduce themselves, nothing to protect themselves. So you can disable them a lot of times with interfering with the molecular structure of it, breaking a bond, a chemical bond, and stuff like that. But normally it's very hard. And that's what makes infections from viruses very difficult, because they're not living and they're not dead. Put it this way: a virus is, I guess, considered living when it's in your body, hurting you. When it's outside the body, it's not. It's not like a bacteria. It's there. It can infect you, but it's not a living organism as we would know it. Anything a living cell. It's just a strand of material that attaches to the cell. It gets into there. Probably from. I don't think there's intelligence. I think it attaches to the binder receptor sites on the cell, and it probably maybe from osmosis or some kind of process absorbs through the cell wall into the cell. And I'm just saying osmosis. It could be, because I don't know the exact transmission. And it gets into there and it combines with the genetic material and it puts its blueprint, injects its blueprint into the DNA and everything of that cell. It starts producing itself. But it doesn't produce one. It might do 1 million of itself. The cell can't do it anymore. The cell explodes, spreads it to the other cells, and they're all next to each other, so it's going to go into the other cell, and the process replicates and continues. But that's actually the functioning, how a virus actually functions in a layman's terminology. But thanks for tuning into my drive-by. I hope this was educational. And there's tons of information on YouTube and tons of information on Google and the internet about viruses and how they work and how they function. But thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Please subscribe. Please comment if you find this video was interesting. Thank you.